Marc Marquez secures his maiden race win aboard Team Gresini Racing MotoGP's Ducati, ahead of Jorge Martin and Pedro Acosta. Meanwhile, Pecco Bagnaia's race took a wrong turn already at the start. The reigning world champion was forced to take a different line from third place on the grid to avoid the part of the main straight that was still dirty due to the overnight rain as it off the ideal line. After losing some ground, Pecco did well in returning to fourth place in the opening laps, but the lack of feeling with the front tire led him to a few mistakes and forced him to ride defensively up to the checkered flag. After the race, the reigning world champion explained, "The issue we encountered yesterday unfortunately returned this afternoon and there was very little we could do as a team. These things happen, unfortunately, and it had been a while since it last happened to us. The start was a difficult one, but after last night's rain, the track conditions in that spot were not ideal. I managed to not lose too much ground, but as soon as I got to turn 5, I immediately understood that something wasn't right, and then things kept getting worse. It was a tough race because I was struggling on both corner entry and mid-corner and I was lapping really slow. I believe that, realistically, I could have battled with Martin, as Marc Marquez seems to be able to make the difference on all of us in 3 areas of the track. We'll try to understand what to do for tomorrow and let's hope things will go differently. The fact remains that it greatly complicated Pecco's life. I completely missed the session. I couldn't try anything," he continued. "So we had to redo the whole program for the afternoon, even if we didn't have much time to complete the work. Once we understood the direction to go, we took those huge steps forward that we should have taken in the morning. Unfortunately, these things happen from time to time. It was unfortunate that it happened on such a special track and with a new asphalt, where getting off on the right foot would have been crucial, especially considering the improvements in the afternoon. But he still saved the day with the 6th quickest time in pre-qualifying, which wasn't particularly exciting, but it allowed him to get into the Q2. In the end, I'm happy with the last lap and the worn medium tire. I got a good time," Bagnaia noted. "Instead, when I mounted the soft on the rear, I didn't expect that much grip, so we made another small change to the bike for the last exit, which allowed me to improve again. Without the yellow flag, I would have been close to the top 3. In any case, it's okay. Overall, the day was positive. I'm in the top 10. Tomorrow we'll know what direction to take, and we'll definitely take a big step forward. He'll need it, in order to catch up with Marquez. Of course, many people are wondering if the GP23 has an advantage at the Motorland. The difference everyone talks about between the 2 bikes isn't there. They're very similar, like I keep saying. However, here it's Marc who makes all the difference," the rider from Piedmont answered. "This track is particularly good for him, and he probably started with a setup with which he was particularly comfortable. In fact, he was very fast already in the first session. It's a question of sensations. The sensations that Pecco needs to find. I can get closer tomorrow, but Marc is fast. He makes all the difference in the 2 middle sectors of the track, while I'm still missing something," he reflected. "Right now, Marquez is the man to beat, both on the time attack and for the race pace, but I think I can close the gap. Also because the track will improve. The new asphalt gives really strange sensations, because there's a lot of grip in acceleration, but it's a disaster up in front," Pecco explained. "You can't brake, you can't enter the corner in a certain way, you lose a lot of time. But, when you figure out how to do it, you take advantage of the grip on the rear. It's kind of the opposite of what usually happens." That said, his predictions for tomorrow are optimistic. "I think we'll still improve a lot. We'll go under 1 minute and 45 seconds in qualifying. The track will definitely improve, and the temperatures will be lower. We'll just have to see if the asphalt will let out oil or moisture. We'll see." Even in the other classes, they lowered the times by half a second at a time. "It's a matter of cleaning the asphalt," he concluded.